Confused about this new sodium-ion battery? Have you been seeing this headline lately? Elon Musk reveals new Tesla battery design that could last 100 years.
Batteries are critical to a sustainable energy future. The sun doesn't shine all the time, so you've got to store it in a battery.
How is this going to help developing nations that have massive populations that need to have power?
So the advantage of solar and batteries is that you can avoid building electricity plants at all. So you could be a remote village and have solar panels that charge a battery pack that then supplies power to the whole village without ever having to run thousands of miles of high voltage cable all over the place. It's like what happened with landline phones versus cellular phones. In a lot of developed countries, they just didn't do the landline phones. They just went straight to cellular. And we actually did the calculations to say, like, what would it take to transition the whole world to sustainable energy? What kind of throughput would you actually need? And you need 100 gigafactories.
So 100 of these?
100 of these, yes.
Let us explain. You see, energy storage methods have been based on lithium-ion, nickel, and cadmium batteries for many years. Nowadays, lithium-ion batteries are the most widely used and often considered to have the most potential. Since it is the lightest material and has the largest electrochemical potential, lithium-ion has a number of advantages. But there are some drawbacks as well. It is dangerous and fragile. Lithium has negative environmental effects, and prices are rising daily. Hard rock mining releases 15 tons of carbon dioxide for every ton of lithium recovered. Inevitably, hazardous components end up in the local environment when lithium is mined. Water access is at risk in areas where destructive mining extraction occurs, which is an issue because of the increase in demand. While the short lifespan of these batteries has been a significant barrier so far, some firms are starting to switch to more cost-effective, safe, and environmentally friendly options like sodium-ion batteries. There is, however, some good news. The lifetime of high-voltage sodium-ion batteries has now been significantly extended due to a revolutionary electrolyte created by scientists. So it could be best to start with some basic information about sodium-ion batteries and the challenges surrounding their integration into the electric vehicle industry before getting into the details. The periodic chart places sodium, an alkali metal with an atomic weight of 23, under lithium. Lithium and sodium have extremely comparable physical and chemical characteristics. Compared to lithium, sodium is nearly 12,000 times more common in nature. The fundamental idea behind how sodium-ion batteries work is the same as lithium-ion batteries. A cell has a positive cathode and a negative anode that are separated by an electrolyte and a separator. The main component of the electrolyte is a solution of sodium salts in a polyprotic or a protective solvent. When the battery is charged, sodium ions go from the cathode to the anode. The returning ions return to the anode during discharge, since the anode often comprises various hard carbon components, which is where the cycle restarts. You might be wondering why we don't utilize sodium-ion batteries instead of lithium-ion ones to power our contemporary lives. Given that the quantity of sodium in the Earth's crust is more than 1,000 times more than the amount of lithium, it is indeed a very excellent question. And it appears the cattle of China, the largest battery manufacturer in the world, shares your opinion because they recently previewed a sodium-ion battery that challenges current lithium-ion technology for energy density and longevity, and has the potential to revolutionize the way we store energy in the future genuinely. The main disadvantages of sodium compared to lithium were its weight and energy density. Compared to lithium-ion batteries, which have a watt-hour capacity per kilogram that is far over 200, sodium-ion batteries were producing just around 150 watt-hours per kilogram. Such a competitive disadvantage is something that our market-based economy cannot allow. While making up just around 5% of the overall battery weight, sodium is 3 times heavier than lithium. Despite this, these batteries were larger than their lithium-based equivalents. Physically speaking, sodium ions cannot freely move between the layers of a graphite anode because they are bigger than lithium ions. CATL wants the first generation of its sodium-ion battery, which has 161 hours per kilogram energy density and a 15-minute 0 to 80% charge time back in July 2021. Prussian white, used as an electrode material, is a completely reduced sodium version of Prussian blue with a high working capacity, high theoretical capacity, and low toxicity. Its usage in this more modern approach was the main distinguishing feature in electrode materials. It can be utilized to produce cells instead of reactive sodium-loaded anode, which will save both time and money. Seattle has replaced the typical copper with aluminum foil as the current collector on the anode side. Also, when this adjustment is implemented, each battery will cost 8% less and weigh 10% less. Another way to save costs is to utilize an electrolyte solution that is less concentrated due to the properties of sodium salts. CATL. They can produce their new sodium batteries using the same equipment and procedures they used to create their lithium-ion batteries. There is hence no need for a costly new startup. CATL already has many positive effects, but it has been shown that sodium-ion batteries have far greater thermal sustainability than lithium-ion batteries, leading to higher safety ratings. Therefore, it's reasonable to assume that everyone working at CATL was pretty pleased with themselves. A second-generation sodium-ion battery developed by the researchers is expected to have an energy density of around 200 watt-hours per kilogram, making it more potent than lithium-ion phosphate technology and close to the performance of current nickel-based lithium-cobalt batteries. CATL plans to provide not just Tesla and other vehicles, but also low-cost stationary energy storage facilities for power grids throughout the globe, helping to ease the way for the quick installation of renewable energy. Full manufacturing is anticipated to begin as early as 2023 because of the rising price of lithium. Sodium-ion batteries now seem more attractive than ever. Look out for when they switch out lithium-based batteries as the preferred option.
So even though the cell is bigger, it actually has more power. The power-to-weight ratio is actually better than the smaller cell with halves. This is, again, like this is quite hard to do. Nobody's done it before.
Sometimes what's elegant and simple is still hard, and it took us a lot of trials, but we're happy where we ended up. We get 5 times the energy with 6 times the power and enable 16% range increase, just form factor alone.
These are the amounts due just to that particular innovation.
Yes.
So we'll list a whole bunch of innovations, and then when you add them up, you get a total improvement in energy density and cost. But these numbers are what refer to just this thing.
This is not just a concept or a rendering. We're starting to ramp up manufacturing of these cells at our pilot 10 gigawatt hour production facility just around the corner.
Yeah.
Well, people, that's all for today. Please click the like button if you liked the video. For more awesome content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.